seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Get ready for verse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let the ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time now, light your fire for ascension. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you
Good morning, welcome to another Deadline stream. I finally got some new headphones, although I don't really like them too much, so I probably need to get some different ones again. But yes, the big headphones are gone. It's game week 33. I'm going to find the chat right here. My transfers are made. I've taken a -4. In fact, let's not even beat around the bush. Let's just get the team up right now. I have done Lacazette to Chris Wood. I have done Doherty to Cancelo. The reason I sold Doherty instead of Cancelo is because he was about to fall in price, and I would have lost another 0.1. Price rises are killing me, right? I've Rafinha, Tierney, and Luka Dean all now. I can now sell them for less than I bought them for. So my team value has taken another hit this week. So Chris Wood in for Lacazette because apparently he didn't train again yesterday. So I think the chances of him starting against Southampton just look slimmer and slimmer. Cancelo's long-term move. He's in for Doherty. And Fernandes is in for Son. And he's going to be my captain. Locked in. Job done. Happy days. I'm feeling pretty... I don't know. I'm feeling pretty calm about the whole situation, if I'm completely honest. I mean, obviously Son could damage, but that's FPL, right? You take your chances. And my chances are going to be on Bruno for Fernandes. Get wireless earbuds. I've actually got some. I've got some Jabra Elite 75 Ts, I think, or something like that. They're actually really decent. But I wanted just something I can keep in the office. So I might just get a second pair, I guess. It seems a bit extravagant, though, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'm locked in. Not convinced about selling Son. I won't worry about it. Hardly anyone is convinced about selling Son. I'm not even necessarily that convinced about it either. but I wanted Bruno captain. I don't know. There's something about Saka or Chris Wood captain. I just didn't feel right to me. So I've gone for Fernandes. Son will come back. I tell you now, if Man United and Chelsea double in game week 34, which is obviously the more likely thing to happen, then I'll just keep Fernandes for game week 34 because he'll have another 2 fixtures, even though they're not that easy. And I would be a little bit... I'd probably be more worried about not having Son next week against Brentford than I am this week, to be honest. And if Palace beat Chelsea, I'll probably just reverse the transfer straight away, to be honest with you, because at that point it becomes less of a rush to get Chelsea players in. Like, they're still good, but they're not as good as if they double. So yeah, I'm fairly calm about it, to be honest. I don't really like. I know so many people just play with fear. Like, they're just so worried. They're so worried about what could happen rather than what might happen with the new player they've got. You know, and I just think it's Norwich. I'll take my chances. I'm not saying you should do it. Well, I've done it. So simple as that. Stephen Gallagher with a 49 months membership. Mad. Would you do... here we go. Would you do Kulusevski to Sancho for -4 or look at Salah Son to Fernandes instead? Don't even know who I'm captaining. I mean, I could have got Sancho. I don't mind Sancho this week, but I prefer Fernandes. I mean, would I look at Son and Salah to Fernandes instead? I mean, I've literally done that, right? For captaincy. I don't really like Salah captain this week. I think on paper, yes, it's a really decent fixture for him. But I just think with the FA Cup beforehand, it being Man City, you just don't know how intense that match is going to be. Can it go to extra time? I'm not even sure. Is it extra time in the FA Cup? At the semi-final stage? I assume it probably is, right? Then penalties, not straight to penalties or anything like that. So potentially, I mean, Salah, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know some competitions have changed to straight to penalties, but I think it's extra time still, right? So Salah could play 120 minutes. And I still think he would start against Man United for what it's worth. But I guess then he's played 120 minutes. So how will his minutes be managed against Man United? So I don't know. I just prefer a double game week captain this week, to be honest. I always will, though. I think the only time I haven't recently is obviously the Weghorst Salah debate in game week 31, but that was completely different. I think there's quite a few decent options this week. So would I do Kulusevski to Sancho for -4? If you're happy to captain him and keep Son, like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with keeping Son or Salah. I mean, I had a way to keep Son and Salah and get Fernandes. I just decided against it because for future moves it wasn't great. But yeah, if you're happy to captain someone else, keep Son or Salah, go for it. Bench 2 of Rudiger, James, Havertz, KDH, bro. Oh, I wouldn't bench any of the double game week players. So you got a bench 2 of Rudiger, James, and Havertz. I'd probably bench Rudiger and Havertz. No, I can't bench Havertz, can you? You've got to play KDH. You've got Ambroyer and Weghorst. I think you've got to play them all double game weeks. James and Havertz. I mean, James seems like he'd be more at risk of not starting. Benching Reece James though. I guess I'd bench Rudiger and James and play Havertz, but I wouldn't be that happy about it. For what it's worth, I have considered doing Tierney to share and benching James myself. But yeah. KDH, yeah. Dewsbury Hall. He's the new KDB. Bench boost active. De Gea, Ramsdale. Out for... What? Bench boost active. Then there's a whole team listed. And then it's out for Cancelo, Dewsbury Hall, Wood for a -4. Oh, there's a full stop. Doherty, Rafinha, Jimenez out for Cancelo, Dewsbury Hall and Wood for a -4. Yeah, that -4 seems pretty good. No one needs Jimenez anymore. No one needs Doherty. Rafinha might still be an okay option for the rest of the season, but you don't need to hold him. Like, he's not like this amazing. The fixtures are pretty poor now. I mean, Crystal Palace is okay. He does have a double game. The one thing about Rafinha, because I always like to give a bit of upside for Rafinha, is while we were all worrying about in game week 36, will Mount play both games? Will Maddison play both games? How will the minutes be affected by FA Cup and Europe and stuff like that? Rafinha has none of that. He's going to start every game. So I've kind of told myself, if I get to the point where I've got no spare transfers and I've got Rafinha in game week 36 against, what is it, Arsenal and Liverpool? No, Arsenal and... Who is it in game week 36? It's Arsenal and someone. Is it Spurs? No. Arsenal and Chelsea, of course. Arsenal and Chelsea. I'm just going to play him. And then I'm going to play him against Brentford in game week 38. And I'm just going to keep Rafinha for the rest of the season. But yes, I like that -4. FPL Audit Romano, hello. Sancho and Gabriel versus Adams, Ward-Prowse and Tellez on a free hit. I think I prefer Sancho and Gabriel. I got to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Ward-Prowse. I know why he always comes up big on like models and stuff like that, because he's going to play 180 minutes, right? So any per 90 stats are like legit with him. And he's on penalties, but I feel like if he doesn't get that penalty... I mean, Adams versus Sancho, I think I would probably go the Sancho route. I just don't know about Gabriel. I just don't know about Arsenal defence this week. Like, Man United definitely concede to Liverpool. Like, they definitely concede to Liverpool. Could they concede to Norwich? I mean, possibly. I think Gabriel... Yeah, I don't know. If I'm honest, I'm not really sure about that move. I'm thinking, what would I do? I would probably go Sancho, get the extra Man United attacker. I think there's just more points there than with the defence. But Tellez is decent. Like, I'm just not a fan of Ward-Prowse at all. I know why people like him. I get it. But, yeah. I'm not convinced Sancho starts too. I would find that difficult. No, I think he starts too. Why wouldn't he start too? I mean, if you don't think he starts too, then yeah, definitely go Tellez and Adams. I mean, Tellez has to start, and Adams will probably start twice. But I think Sancho starts twice, to be honest. I think... Like, they've just had a week's rest, right, between games. So it's pretty much going to be full strength against Norwich. And I don't see why Sancho wouldn't play against Liverpool, to be honest. I think Rashford and Langer are more likely to get rotated. I think Sancho's pretty first choice, right? But yeah, if you've got doubts, just go the other way. I think it's pretty close. I think when you see a decision like that and you're struggling to find reasons to go one way or the other, it's pretty close. If you've got a gut feeling, I think you just go that way. Like, sometimes you see two different choices. It's like, why are you even asking? Like, it's so obvious, but that's pretty hard. Is Lacazette playing? So, according to a journalist last night that I can't remember the name of, but I think I retweeted it, maybe commented on it. Yeah, I commented on it. Then according to Charles Watts, blue tick, Arsenal correspondent for @Goal. No Lacazette again today at training. He wasn't at Colney at all. He's been suffering with illness. Looks like Arteta will be forced into another change tomorrow. So he hasn't trained now for 3 days in a row. If I had to put money on it, I would say he's not starting against Southampton, but I don't know that for sure. No one's told me that. But if you haven't trained 3 games in a row, 3 days in a row, sorry, you probably just don't get played, you know? I'm not questioning him at all. I'm not questioning him at all. Gordon to Martinelli, Doherty to Shah, Vout to Tony for a -4 to bench boost. So I think Gordon to Martinelli and Doherty to Shah is fine. I don't know why you would do Weghorst to Tony for a -4, to be honest. I would just play Weghorst. Like, there are obviously now doubts around Burnley. Like, it sounds like they've got like a committee to choose the team for the next game. Yeah, I'm not saying this guy's not legit, by the way. Maybe did I say that? I don't think I said that. I can't remember what I said about him now. I'm not saying he's not legit. I'm just saying he was the journalist I saw it from. If I implied that he wasn't legit, I take it back. But yeah, I think Weghorst's got 2 games. I don't know. To be honest, I think there probably is more chance of a new manager collapse than a new manager bounce, because I think Dicey's just been there for so long. But I guess new, fresh ideas, possibly. I wouldn't take a -4 to take Weghorst out this week, to be honest with you. I would just take the risk. Like, Tony's good for Watford, but I think you just keep Weghorst. And just hope that whatever they decide plays into his strengths. But come on, you knew I was going to say that anyway. You knew I wasn't going to say, yeah, go on, sell Weghorst for a -4. You should know me by now. Bench Weghorst or Broja for Tony. I mean, I would probably bench neither of them, to be honest. Can I say neither and just not answer the question after that? Hang on. Yeah, I would bench neither. I would bench Tony, to be honest with you. I mean, if you have to bench one, it's hard to know. I think because of the sacking and because Weghorst had just come off quite early and they were maybe planning to get Vidra in at half-time, maybe you could use that as ammunition to bench Weghorst, but I mean, I would bench Tony. Who to bench out of Van Dijk, James and Willock? Yeah, see, the thing is, Willock, as Neil predicted him to start in his predicted lineups on Fantasy Football Scout, because I don't think he's back, but I don't know if he's like 100% a start. Yeah, he hasn't got him starting. I'd probably bench Willock, I think, because I think he might only have one game as well. I guess there is a chance he comes on and then plays the other one. Would I really bench a double game weeker? I mean, Van Dijk could concede against Man United, maybe. What would I do if I was in your shoes? I mean, I'd definitely play James, I think. Then it's just a question of whether you're benching Willock or Van Dijk. I guess you could risk Willock if you wanted to, but I don't know if he's I don't know if he's definitely going to start. Like, he's been out, right? So this is what Howe said. This is what Neil's written on Fantasy Football Scout. Howe even hopes to have Willock available this weekend after the midfielder returns to training. I mean, available, start, probably not, I guess, but he could start the second game. Just maybe start the defenders. Free transfer, Maddison, have Barnes, Saka or Martinelli. Part of me is leaning towards Saka, but the thing is, with Leicester, so I'm just going to bring up their fixtures so I can have a look. All right, in fact, I'll bring them up on this screen. Like, Maddison's obviously, like, we're obviously talking about rotation with Leicester. He's not going to miss every game, obviously. So he's going to play one of these two. But the thing is, Saka's probably going to play both. So I think you have to go Saka. In fact, I don't even know what I'm talking about. This game, there could be rotation. This one, not. I don't know about this one, to be honest. This one's harder to call. And then game week 36 is directly after the second leg of the semi-final against Roma. So this also feels like it's... Basically, this Everton game feels like the same as this Newcastle game. Like, think about how worried we are about rotation now because they've just played a quarter-final. Well, this game here is just after the semi-final. So I would go Saka, to be honest with you. I know people are liking Martinelli this week because of Lacazette being out, but I don't know how much that really boosts him as an option. I think Saka is nailed on as he has been all season. He'll pretty much start every single game. He doesn't get he doesn't get subbed as early as Martinelli. I still think Saka is the one, to be honest. Like, Martinelli's good, and right now if I was picking a second Arsenal attacker, he'd probably be the one, but I'll go Saka. I'm sticking with my boy. He's done nothing wrong to tell me to go anywhere else. Yeah, a few people think that Martinelli could play number 9. It could be Nketiah, right? It could be Nketiah. And then Martinelli just keeps his place where he always plays. So there's not even a guarantee he plays number 9. And even if he plays number 9, does that make him better? I think, like, in our heads, we always think, okay, midfielder in FPL suddenly moves to playing number 9. That's better, but quite often it's not that much better. Especially with how teams play now. So many wide players score plenty of goals, right? So, or players that line up wide. Lacazette's not confirmed out, but he apparently hasn't trained for the last 3 days. I have 2 free hits and triple captain left. Should I free hit this week? Probably. You can't free hit twice in a row. There are probably scenarios now where, you know, if Chelsea Man United go into game week 34 or Villa Palace goes into game week 35, those 2 weeks might become slightly better for free hit. But if I'm honest with you, I've not thought about it enough to tell you if that's the case. And we don't know for sure which way round it's going to be. So if I had 2 free hits left, I find it hard to think that this week and then one of 36 or 37 isn't the best week. I mean, if I've got, without thinking about it too much, if I've got 2 free hits and triple captain left, I'm free hitting in game week 33, I'm triple captain in Salah in game week 36, and I'm free hitting in game week 37. And that seems fairly easy, I think. Weghorst to Ronaldo for a -4, already used free transfer. Would you play Trent over double game week Roberts? Yeah, I probably would play Trent, only because we don't know if Roberts has lost his place full time now. There is a chance that Loughton just plays. Roberts could come on for minutes. So I would probably play Trent over Roberts. Not often I would play a single game week over a double, but I think in that case I probably would. Weghorst to Ronaldo for a -4. I think if you want to captain him, then yes, that's an okay move. But obviously that is a big move. Like, if you do that, how does that affect future weeks? I know I say that a lot, but like you're moving a lot of money into your forward line. So for me, for example, I've looked at so many different... Like, you don't even want to know how much time I spent yesterday looking at different... possible transfers from like now until game week 36. I just can't afford to have Ronaldo or Kane up front. It's just too much money for me. I need to keep like Fernandes and then eventually back to Son. So that's the only thing I would say. But would I rather have Ronaldo or Weghorst this week? Yeah, I'd rather have Ronaldo, of course. Doherty to Tellez or Robertson to Cancelo this week for -4. I don't see a need to sell Robertson, to be honest. I mean, if you could stretch for Doherty to Laporte, that might be better. But Tellez, I'd go Doherty to Tellez over Robertson to Cancelo, I think. I mean, obviously, Cancelo would be nice to have. So try to think of a different way you could do it. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure selling Robertson's the play. Not for a -4, that's for sure. Rafinha to Maddison for a hit, or wait till game week 34 to get Mount instead. Buying Maddison now would mean selling Salah, Kulusevski Saka or Kulusevski next week. I'd probably just get Mount next week. Like, if you do, you're in a similar position to me, right? I could have done, not now, but I don't think I can do it now. I don't know how much money I've got left. No, I've got nothing in the bank. I looked at Rafinha to Maddison, but it would have meant benching like a Kulusevski or a double game week player. So if you have to bench someone decent, I just wouldn't do it, because I think Maddison could start twice, but I think most people would put their money on him getting a bench, like starting on the bench for one of the games. And I think if you get to game week 34 and Chelsea aren't doubling that week, you can at least reassess. Like, is Mount then the priority? Like, because I think hold, basically. Like, short answer is I think hold is better. Because if you get to next week and Chelsea aren't doubling, then playing Rafinha against Crystal Palace is not the end of the world, right? Sell Rafinha or roll, would bench Trent James. Yeah, see, in that case, like, it depends. If you're selling Rafinha to a double game week player, then and it's for free, then chances are they probably will outscore Trent or James. But if it's Maddison, maybe I'm too worried about his minutes, but that's how I feel about it. So I think you probably roll. Bench 2 of Reece James, Zaha and Broja. Probably Reece James, right? Palace have got Newcastle away. I think in a normal week I wouldn't bench Reece James, but just because of the FA Cup and you're not quite sure what's going to happen, I probably would bench him. I don't really like it though. Still sticking by the free hit video. I don't know what you mean. Am I still sticking by it? Do you mean would I pick that team? Possibly a similar team. If I'm honest, I can't remember what team I picked right now, but I think it's probably quite close. Yeah, double Man United. I don't know about I don't know if did I have Maddison and Barnes in there? I don't think I'd pick Maddison and Barnes. I think I'd go Ronaldo. I'd probably actually go triple Man United attack, I think, if I was on free hit. Sancho, Ronaldo, Fernandes, Wood, Shah, Target. Who in goal? Probably Schmeichel, off the top of my head. Saka would still be in there. But maybe actually go Barnes over Maddison now. Maybe. Just for this week. AV Kid, thanks. A-Hawks, thanks. Matthew, morning, mate. Good Easter. I mean, yeah, Easter's fine. There's chocolate eggs, right? Other than that, it's just going to be the similar weekend to any other weekend, really. Salah out for Bruno Fernandes. If you really want to captain him, yeah. I got to be honest, I don't know how to handle these questions, if I'm honest, right? Salah to Bruno, because I know deep down most people don't want to do it. Would I do that if that was my only route to Bruno? Possibly. But I would be more worried about selling Salah than I am for Son, which I know sounds crazy because Son's just absolutely smashed it. But I just think Salah can turn it on at any minute. Yeah, so would I do Salah out for Bruno? If that was my only way to get Bruno, I really wanted him, yes. I think the thing to kind of remember for any move for Bruno is you are definitely going to reverse it. 100%, you are not going to keep Bruno for the rest of the season. So that is 2 transfers. So are you happy to do that? I think Bruno really has to nail it against Norwich for this to be worthwhile. And if he does blank, then yeah, it's going to be a bad move. Son to Bruno is going to hurt you. You are the first person to say that. That is the first person that has mentioned to me that Son to Bruno might not be a good move. I wish if more people had said that to me, I maybe wouldn't have made the move. Son captain for me, Domster, good luck. Would you bench boost Schmeichel, James, Mount, and Rudiger? Possibly. I mean, I don't think it's a bad bench, right? Chelsea players are decent. Again, you've got those worries over what happens in the FA Cup. Do they play 120 minutes? Do they get injured? That's the only worry, I guess, for this week. But ultimately, I think it's a pretty good bench boost. And I think if that's going to help you then manage the rest of the season without having to worry about your bench boost, it could be decent. If you've got a wild card, you might be able to set up better for a bench boost later on, then you could save it. But I think on paper, that looks good. Yes. Kane to CR7 for a -4. Yeah, see, I mean, I've done it. I'm just gonna say yes. Like, if you want Ronaldo captain, then yes, do it. Right, for all the same reasons I've just said. You're gonna have to reverse the transfer. How does that affect your future moves? So for me, for example, if Man United double next week, I'm not going to switch straight back to Son. I'm just going to hold Fernandes for another week. If they don't double, I'm going to switch back to Son straight away because on paper, I don't need to make any other moves for my team. But I'm fully aware that if something goes wrong, I'm going to have to take a hit for someone. So you need to think about all these things before you do it. Plenty of people will tell you that Kane to CR7 is a mistake. Like, it is kind of like a 50-50 call this week. But if you've got no other captain you're happy with, then maybe just do it. Maybe just do it. Obviously, and remember that, if they do blank against Norwich today, we're going to find out today how bad. Like, in some ways, it's set up really bad because if Son and Kane go mad in the first game, you don't even probably want to watch Man United versus Norwich just in case. But if Man United do blank against Norwich, then you were in trouble because they could get something against Liverpool, but it's not going to be big. It definitely ain't going to be big. Captain poll. I've done like a captain poll. Yeah. I think the problem with YouTube is I can only put 4 choices. So there's not really. It's like there's not enough space. I could put Man United. Like, who would I even put on a captain poll? Man United attacker. Single game weeker. I don't know. Like single game weeker, Chris Wood and. Okay, your game week 33 captain. Man United attacker, Arsenal attacker, I guess. Are they the next best? But then what happens? There's only 4 options though, so it's not. It's a bit rubbish to be honest this week. Okay, I'm just gonna put. I think this is the best I could do. I think it's the best. There's only 4. Obviously, I'd like to have like 7 or 8 options. But we'll go with that. Yeah, if you're going for Madison, just click on the different double game weeker player. And if you're going for Kane, Son, or Salah, it's obviously single game weeker. I'm sure you can work it out. You're all smart people. Man United bias. I'll tell you what, if Fernandes hauls, I already know what's going up on Twitter. I've already planned it out. The amount of comments this week about Man United bias, Man United are finished, Man United are rubbish, did you not watch the game against Everton? I feel like it's been relentless. And if Fernandes hauls, I am going to be unbearable. I will be unbearable. I'm just telling you right now. I have Cancelo, Rudiger, James, and Reguilon in defence. I need to bench one. Oof. I'd maybe play Reguilon over Rudiger, to be honest. I think you can't bench Cancelo. I think between Rudiger and James, you've always got to play James. And then Reguilon versus Rudiger. I think I'd play Reguilon. Oh, Man United are top. Man United are top. And what if Fernandes blanks? You're out of Twitter. I mean, I've been doing this for over 5 years. Have you ever known me to not be around if someone blanks? Have you ever known that? Come on, give me a little bit of respect. I don't go hiding when things go wrong. Doherty, Kulusevski, Rafinha to Laporte, Bruno Guimaraes, Martinelli. I don't get this Bruno Guimaraes hype, to be honest. Maybe I'll be wrong. It's 2 home fixtures. It's okay, but I mean, selling Kulusevski for... I mean, Doherty and Rafinha to Laporte and Martinelli for a -4 seems better, and just keep Kulusevski. All right? Surely. Like Bruno Guimaraes is like a 1 week punt, and that is it. So probably not. $6 million defender for Tierney. See, I'd probably say Laporte. If you were making this same move next week, you'd maybe choose Rudiger over Laporte because of the double. But I think if you're going this week, just go for Laporte for $6 million. Who to play, Pope or Dubravka? I would probably play Dubravka with the 2 home fixtures. I mean, never write Pope off, of course, but I'd probably go. I'll probably go Dubravka, I think. Mark my words, a Man United double fail will sort the men from the boys this week. The thing is, like, I think I like I said at the start of the stream, like, I'm fairly calm about it. Sometimes I make a move and I'm like, oh, did I really do that? I'm not so sure. I hope it pays off. Like, I'm just fine with it. I'm honestly fine. If it doesn't work out, that's FPL. Do you know what I mean? Not every captain you go for every week works out, you know? I got lucky the last few weeks. If I get a bit more luck this week and Fernandes does well, happy days, you know? Happy days. Kulusevski to F Des. Who's F Des? Are we not allowed to use vowels? Oh, Fernandes, right? DHTY. Just Doherty. You're allowed to use vowels. Kulusevski to Fernandes. Doherty to Shah. Lacazette to Origi. Origi? He's not going to play, right? I mean, there's no way Origi gets in now, surely. How much is he? 4. Okay, because he's cheap, is it? It's because he's cheap. You got 2 free transfers. Okay, so you're taking a -4. Okay, this might be a bit different then. If you're doing Lacazette to Origi to fund a move, and you're wildcarding next week, you got 2 free transfers. Fair enough. Go for it. Who the captains? Salah, Kane, or Saka? Saka. Best captain, Kane, Saka, or Barnes? Saka. I like Saka this week. I don't know. There's something about it that didn't feel right for my team, so I wanted to get Fernandes in. But I think I'd probably still go for him. Oh man, texting in the 90s was so good. I feel like I could absolutely smash out a 90s text in proper, like, no vowel style really quickly still. Although maybe not now, because obviously everything auto-corrects. But if you gave me like an old phone, you know, with the ABC on the number 2, etc. Jesus Christ, I'm so old. I can still do it, I reckon. Nah, probably you'd have to do a vowel on something like that. I don't know. I'm only going to play 1 forward each week, puts 3 forwards in the start 11. Someone didn't listen to the video where I said that. I said this will be the last time that I play 3 forwards up front. The last time. Although, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to have enough transfers moving forwards to quickly move to 1 up front. So I might have to play Weghorst and Chris Wood next week. If Weghorst loses his place, then there's every chance I might just hit him out. But I might have to play 2 forwards next week, unfortunately. But I think 3 is kind of done for me, apart from injuries. Doherty, Rafinha, Lacazette for Cancelo, Saka, and Pukki, -8. I mean, if you're struggling for numbers, yeah, I don't mind that. If you're struggling for numbers. Maddison or Broja as captain. I mean, I guess I would go for Maddison. But I think there's a proper worry that he only starts 1 of the games. But I think because it's 2 decent games, you probably just take the risk. Which 2 to start from Kulusevski, Broja, and Weghorst? The double game weekers. Foden to Kulusevski feels like he'll get rested. Nah, selling Foden seems crazy to me. They got really good fixtures coming up. I think he's better than Kulusevski. I mean, Kulusevski's cheaper. So maybe you can use that money elsewhere. He's also nailed to start right now. At least it looks like it. I saw someone tweeting about a Spurs predicted lineup. I didn't even need to read it. We all know who's going to start for Spurs week to week at the moment. So for those reasons, maybe you could do it. But I'm telling you now, from game week 34 onwards, people are going to be looking to bring Foden in, I think, rather than be looking to take him out. Snake on the old Nokias is the best mobile game ever. I'm telling you right now. Patrick, thank you very much. Ahmed, Lacazette to Mateta or Pukki, Rafinha to Fernandes captain, and Tierney to Shah. I mean, that all sounds good. See, the thing with Lacazette to Mateta or Lacazette to Pukki really depends which week you're thinking of free hitting, because Pukki doubles in 36 and Mateta doubles in 37. Although, of course, if Palace win the FA Cup, he won't then double in 37. He'd double in 35 instead. So if you're thinking of not free hitting in game week 36, I would probably just go for Pukki, especially if you're on like a one forward structure. What tools do you use for podding? I don't really make podcasts, to be honest. I always think maybe I should make a non. I just want to do something that's not FPL. I've got time to do other stuff. I just don't know what to do. Anyway, we don't want to get sidetracked with that. Doherty and Cody and Rafinha and Lacazette out for Cancelo, Shah, Son and Mateta in -8. Yeah, it sounds pretty good on paper. I mean, -8s are always tough, but if you're struggling for numbers and stuff, you've got a bunch of injured players there. Sounds good on paper to me. What snakes though? With walls or no walls? Without walls. I'm talking. I'm a purist. I'm a snake purist. Start an OnlyFans. Why does OnlyFans always come up? I saw someone saying, what were they saying about OnlyFans? Like, the money that people are making on it is just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. A toothpaste reviewing podcast. Interesting. Shah, Fernandes and Wood or Cancelo, Son and Wood? I mean, long term, Cancelo, Son and Wood, definitely. This week, Shah, Fernandes and Wood. Free hit active. Still weighing on Salah to Bruno. I would have Bruno over Salah, yeah, personally. The rest of it looks pretty good, yeah. Although, on a free hit, I definitely would not have Broja and Weghorst on a free hit, I don't think. I mean, if you think Weghorst is going to start twice, he still might be an okay option. But on a free hit, I feel like there's better options you can go for. If I was on a free hit, I definitely wouldn't be playing 3 up front, I don't think. I'd have Ronaldo and Chris Wood, probably. Maybe I could stretch to 3, but it wouldn't be Broja and Weghorst. So I'd probably rather stretch for Adams, I think. Beer in the Shower podcast. Yes. Played Dubravka or Ramsdale? I probably played Dubravka, I think. I don't know. I feel like there's not too... I don't know. Maybe I've overplayed Newcastle clean sheets a little bit, but I think 2 home games I'd probably go for him. Thoughts on Wood for captaincy? I think he's a decent enough option. Depends who the other options are, of course, but I think he's decent enough. Spurs starting lineup just released. I mean, don't tell me. It's Kulusevski, Son, Kane, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Reguilon, Davies, Dyer, Romero, Emerson Royale, Lloris. Is that the lineup? I think the only thing that might change is maybe Sessegnon plays instead of Reguilon, but I doubt it. Are you bench boosting Rudiger, Robertson, Kulusevski and Sanchez? I am if I don't want or don't think I've got a better week to do it in. Yeah. Again, all the same caveats. FA Cup for Liverpool, Chelsea, etc., etc., etc. Is it worth playing Livramento? Possibly. I mean, who's the other option, I guess, is the question. But, I mean, if you've got him... The problem is he's not guaranteed to start. He might not start in either game. Might only start one. So if I've got like a decent defender like Cancelo or someone like that, I'm playing them instead, I think. Why is no one interested in St. Maximin? There are quite a few people interested. Like someone just said, is St. Maximin over Woods a good punt? Ultimately neither of them are going to be that heavily owned, I would say. Like in the grand scheme of things outside of free hit. So if you want, I think St. Maximin is St. Maximin is more exciting to watch, right? So if you want a bit of excitement in your day, go for St. Maximin. I think Wood's just that boring. He's on penalties. I'm taking him kind of guy, you know. If St. Maximin had been a lot cheaper, I might have actually gone for him for my transfer because Chris Wood is going to be a bit annoying for me in future weeks. But yeah. Have Sarr and Foster, unsure on whether to take a -4 and do Sarr and Casper or just play Foster and Gar and do Doherty to Shah for -4 and bench James. I mean, Schmeichel's a good long-term option, to be honest. So I quite like that. But Doherty to Shah and bench James is also not that bad. But I think Schmeichel's a good long-term option, to be honest. Good fixtures, should play, doubles, etc. Antonio to Wood for a -4. Yeah. Don't mind that at all, to be honest. Kyle Patrick Vineyard, thank you very much for the 4 months. I'm going to captain Sonny. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, Son's great. I definitely wouldn't sell him. That'd be crazy. Barnes or Maddison, and why Wood over St. Maximin? I just spoke about Wood and St. Maximin. Barnes or Maddison? I think long term I would still go for Maddison, even with the minutes risks. But if I was free hitting, there is a part of me that thinks, well, Barnes surely starts this week, and he could get a second start as well. Most hits I would take on a bench. There isn't like a definite number. Obviously, if you start taking like -12s, -16s, you're kind of negating the bench boost. But if you're someone like me, for example, I had Doherty injured, Lacazette probably not playing, Tierney injured, Luca Dean injured, and I really wanted to bench boost, and it was setting me up for the long term, then you could take a few. But there's no set number where you have to take that many. Oh, the sound's gone. What? Audio is... Oh, hang on. What about now? Keeps dropping out. Oh, no. How about now? I did just get a little bit of internet issues. Okay. Maybe I have my feet... Sometimes I've always put my feet out by the wall, and sometimes I hit the wires. Okay. All right, relax. It's good. Ah! Okay. We're all good. I'm good. I'm stopping worrying. People are joking, but there's a lot of people saying it at once. Okay, maybe you got me there. I did see the internet kind of lag a bit. Anyway, bench use this week. Ramsdale or Dubravka. I'd play Dubravka. James or Rudiger. I'd always play James or Rudiger. And one from Kulusevski, Broja or Weghorst. Probably Weghorst. Ideal players to transfer in for a free hit. I mean, I've done a video on it. You can watch that if you want. I mean, there's lots of players. I'm not going to list them all. Man United players, Newcastle players. Saka is still good. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a whole video on it if you want. You can go and watch it, to be honest, before the deadline. Mane and more pay to Odegaard and Kane for a -4. That just feels like a little bit of a weird... I mean, yeah, but I do Odegaard and Ronaldo, to be honest, if you're going to do that. Kane and Gordon to Mateta and Fernandes. I mean, to be honest, if I'm going to sell Kane from Man United player, I'd probably, unless this is part of a restructure to put money into midfield instead of forwards, I'd just do Kane to Ronaldo, to be honest. Okay, some people are saying refresh if you have sound issues. It's a YouTube thing. So try refreshing the stream. Instead of... Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at my end, it all looks fine, to be honest. So yeah, refresh the stream. Okay, so according to our poll of 6,248 votes, 35% are on a Man United attacker, 15% on an Arsenal attacker, 23% going for a different double game week player, and more than a quarter of you going for single game week players. Oh my god. I was bored even reading that out. Single game week players when there's so many double game weekers. Jesus. You hate Palace. Why do I hate Palace? People always say that I hate their team. I don't really hate any teams. I mean, I'm a Man United fan. I don't even hate Liverpool, Man City. I mean, I don't hate them. I ain't got enough time for that. Refresh if you have sound issues. The people who need to hear that would not have heard it. Yeah, true. But maybe they could read the chat instead. Foden -4 or Maddison free transfer in for Rafinha. I mean, if you're going to... I'd probably go Maddison over Foden this week. Yeah, I hate Arsenal apparently. Yeah. I hate every team. Would you do Lacazette to Wood for a hit? Yeah. I captain Wood. I think you should too. Yeah, I've got Fernandes though. I'm not going to captain Chris Wood over him. I mean, if Chris Wood goes mad, if Chris Wood scores a hat trick, do you know what? I'm going to be happy anyway. I mean, of course, if Fernandes blanks and Wood gets a hat trick, yeah, okay. A little part of me will think, well, I could have just done that instead. But yeah, absolutely hate Arsenal. Yeah, true story. I mean, I spend most of my living days when I'm not making FPL stuff. I just sit there and I just hate on Arsenal. I just think, how could they be any better? They're just not. That is basically what I spend my spare time doing. I've even got like a separate Twitter account where I tweet Arsenal hate. Son, Salah, Cancelo, Foster, a good bench boost. Yeah, but that doesn't sound realistic to me. Really, Son, Salah, Cancelo on your bench? Is that a realistic bench boost? I mean, it sounds good on paper, but yeah, I don't know. No, I hate Leeds too. When I'm not making FPL stuff and I'm not writing on my Arsenal hate Twitter account, I have a Leeds Twitter account where I just write hate about Leeds too. In between, also hating on Crystal Palace. I do hate FPL sometimes. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Sam Allardyce rumoured Burnley manager. I mean, I think he was always going to be rumoured. But I mean, that is just like... come on. FPL General is Captain Ward Prowse. Surely not. Surely not. You hate Peterborough. Worst team not in the Premier League. Honestly. Worst team not in the Premier League. I hate Peterborough. Start Mateta or Connor Roberts. Probably Mateta. Bring Cornet or Martinelli on a free hit. I would probably go Martinelli, to be honest. Would you have used your free hit this week if you still had your wild card? It's hard to say, really. Maybe, but I don't really know. I may have used the free hit if I transferred Lacazette out last week, which I considered. I considered doing that last week. It's doing Lacazette probably to Mateta, to be honest, just for cheapness, and then maybe free hitting this week, but I didn't do it. So, yeah. My next move is to create an Everton Twitter account where I just hate on Everton. That's my next thing. That is the next thing to do. That's my next move. Robertson and Lacazette and Cedric and CR7 -4 or Lacazette to Wood. I wildcard game week 34. Oh, Robertson and Lacazette to Cedric and CR7. I think before a wildcard, I think I would just take the punt. Yeah, just take the punt. No, I like Galway. I might be going to watch Galway soon, actually. Play Mount or Lacazette. Yeah, that's a good question because obviously Lacazette does have the double. Mount does not. I just think it's very unlikely Lacazette plays against Southampton. But I think if it's between those two, I'd maybe take the risk on Lacazette, to be honest with you. If he doesn't play either game, you get him out anyway, right? Next transfers, depends what happens with the fixtures. I don't really have a transfer in mind. I could take it, like if Chelsea double next week, I could take a hit and get an extra Chelsea player. If they don't double, I could just do nothing, do Fernandes to Son maybe. I don't really have a definite move in mind. What I do know is I'm not completely happy about having Chris Wood because of the price, but hopefully this week in Norwich he'll do good. But after that, he's going to be a pain, I think. Aranya, Kane, Ronaldo, Bruno, Captain. Hang on. You just said I read the end before I read the team. You said, how's this as a free hit team? I'm going big with double game weekers only. And literally the first player on your list is Kane. That's not a double game weeker. Kane, Ronaldo, Bruno, Captain, Madison, Barnes, Son, Saka, Telles, Sharp. I mean, it looks okay. I think at this point, I think I'd rather have Martinelli than double. I think I'd rather have double Arsenal midfield than double Leicester. Double Leicester. I think. Yeah, no, I know Lacazette's a doubt, but if it's Lacazette versus Mount, I'd maybe take the risk. Maybe. Captain Son, Wood or Salah. Wood. Which three Leicesters would you have? Which three Leicester would you have on free hit? I mean, if I absolutely had to have three, I'd probably have. Maybe even Schmeichel, Justin, and Barnes. Maybe. I don't know. It's tough with Leicester because I think Barnes. I think there's a really good chance that Barnes starts the first game and Maddison doesn't. But then what happens in the second game? You know. To start Boney, to start Bowen or Tony. I mean, I'd probably start Tony. I think. I mean, West Ham have got Burnley at home, so it's pretty good. But Tony's rested against Watford. Bowen's just played European game, although it was just 90 minutes. On a normal day, I'd probably start Bowen over Tony, but there's a little part of me that wants to start Tony over Bowen this week. Just about. Thoughts on bringing in Justin? I think he definitely starts his first game. It's just whether or not he starts the second game, and that is pretty much my opinion on all Leicester players at the moment. Yeah, there's lots of Man United fans that don't have Man United players this week. I've been told like a billion times Man United are bad. I get it. I get it. Tony captain? Nah, surely not. Kane, bench issues. I'm pretty sure I did that bench issues one already. Ramsdale, Dubravka. I'd bench Ramsdale. I'd bench Rudiger, and I'd bench Kulusevski. Did that one already. Kane and Rafinha to Bruno and Wood from -4. Yes, possibly. Again, you're moving money from forwards to midfield. So is that good for you long term? I don't think you want. I don't think what you don't want to do is Kane to Fernandes and have to switch back to Kane. I think you're then making that decision that if you get a Spurs player back, you're going for Son. Alex, thanks very much for coming a member. I'll try and get to that soon. Enver, thank you very much. Kieran, start Laporte or Kulusevski? Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I'd probably say Kulusevski. 3 options, 2 free transfers. White to Shah. No, I just play White. Robertson to Trent. No. Well, yeah. I mean, you could do that. Weghorst to Wood. Kane or Wood as captain. I mean, I don't really get Robertson to Trent this week, to be honest. I think there's better things you can do. I mean, I'd probably do Weghorst to Wood and then captain him over Kane, I guess. Start Rudiger or Davies from Spurs. Davies, I think. I think it's a better fixture. That's about it, really. Salah to Fernandes. If you want to captain Fernandes, yeah, go for it. We've only got 10 minutes to the deadline, so make sure you got your teams locked in. I better check mine, actually. With the Super Chats, I would call on them a little bit, because I don't think I'm going to get to all the ones we've already got, let alone more. So this is my team. No bench. Someone said to me yesterday that I always say that I can't wait for the game week to be over. But I don't know if I did say that last week, because I was just rolling last week, and I was kind of happy about it. This week, I just don't know. There's so many... It feels like everyone is free hitting. I've sold Son. I've got no bench at all. It just feels like so much could go wrong. I maybe should have free hit. I think I'm very close to a free hit, to be honest. But I just... Because I haven't planned for it, I don't like doing it. But then again, I didn't plan for a Game Week 26 wildcard, and I just did it. But I'm not going to do a last, 9-minute free hit, because I think that would be absolutely crazy. No. We're not doing free hits now. But it's just one of those weeks. I just don't know if I've made the right moves. No, I feel like my transfers are okay, but I just think future weeks are going to be a headache. I want Game Week 33 over already. Bench 2 between James, Rudiger, Kulusevski or Trent. Probably Rudiger and James, maybe, if I had to. Play Son, Barnes or Adams on free hit. Adams. Start Dubravka or Schmeichel. Probably Dubravka just because he's at home twice. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think the home fixtures would probably swing it for me just about. But if you had an inkling to go Schmeichel, I feel like I'll be okay with that as well. Vignesh, thank you. Who to bench? Kulusevski or Roberts? Roberts, I think. -4 for a mid-team this week or free hit. Wildcard next week. I mean, only you can tell whether you need the free hit, to be honest. I mean, I don't think a hit before a wildcard is necessarily the end of the world for a double game week, to be honest. I think at this point, if you haven't decided on free hit, probably just don't do it. You'll regret... Yeah, honestly, if I listen to all the comments, I would regret everything I ever do with my FPL team. I'm going to regret selling the Son. I'm going to regret captaining Fernandes. I'm going to regret not having Harry Kane for the last 3 weeks. I'm going to regret not wildcarding. I regret not triple captaining Salah in 26. Now it's regret not free hitting this week. Trust me, I know. Yeah, free hit maybe would have been good this week. I'm not denying it because I think Broja and Veghorst I'm not too sure about. And when they are two of my only 6 double game weekers, I'm a little bit worried. And the thing is, I'm not even like 100% sure about free hit in 37 because I feel like the score could be quite low. I don't know. I feel like I'm just not giving it enough thought. Maybe the 2 free transfers was playing on my mind, but I think if I was going to free hit, I would have Ronaldo for sure. Who else would I have? Probably another double game week defender. Maybe Tellers or Arsenal defender. I don't know. Probably have Schmeichel in goal. Actually, that tells. Yeah, someone said to me, "Would I play?" Yeah, no. On a free hit, I'd have Schmeichel because I'd have 2 outfield Newcastle defenders. No, I'm not pressing the button. Not happening. Not happening. No, I'm kind of okay with my team. It is what it is. I'm going to have to take some hits, right? I mean, a wild card in game week 26, and I think I've hardly taken any hits since. Wild card in game week 26, I've taken 1 hit since then, right? So that's obviously really helped me out. But while I was wildcarding, a lot of people were taking hits. Those people are now wildcarding and not going to have to take so many hits, right? So it's just the swings and roundabouts. So I've just got to hope that overall, wildcarding in 26 was the right move, and not free hitting this week is also the right move. Fine margins. Free hit team. Yeah, again, I wouldn't have Broja on a free hit, to be honest. This is for Jesmar. Shah, Cedric, Teller. I mean, if you can afford Gabriel over Cedric, he's probably better. But overall, yeah, it looks pretty good. Bench 1, James, Broja, or Kulusevski. James, I think. Ward-Prowse or Adams on a free hit. I'll go Adams. I would go Adams. Ward-Prowse, though, he's on penalties. Will definitely play 180 minutes. I'd probably go Adams. Who is a better captain this week, Kane or Wood? I'd go Chris Wood. Free hit, Dubravka, Shah, Tellers, Fernando, Jululu. Any suggestions or changes? I mean, look, I can make it a bit more like what I would do, but I don't think that's far off, and I don't have any issues with it, so go with it. Although it looks like you're missing a defender. You've only put Shah and Tellers there. Marcelli versus Kulusevski. Marcelli this week, yeah. Mateus, thank you. Your thoughts on YouTube creating suggested polls via Super Chat with a Twitter handle to associate with the accepted poll for marketing? Huh? I got no idea what that means. I don't have the time to process that 5 minutes before the deadline. Okay, so because you suggested the captaincy poll, was it? I'm not really sure. Play Emerson or Foster. Emerson or Foster. Wait, what? Hang on. Why can't I type? Okay, maybe I'm losing the word. Maybe I'm losing the plot here. Why can't I think who Emerson is? Who's Emerson in goal? I've lost the plot here. Oh, Edison. Oh, Jesus Christ. Of course. Oh, help me. I was like, am I missing a goalkeeper in the Premier League? Am I that stupid? Of course it's Edison. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I mean, hang on. Okay, but now I'm losing the plot. Would you play Foster for Watford, who always concede, or play Edison, who always keeps clean sheets? I'm missing something here. I think it's got to be Edison, right? I honestly, I wasn't even joking around then. By the way, I was like, I didn't want to look like an idiot and think, am I missing like a really obvious goalkeeper? I mean, I did look like an idiot anyway. Yeah, I'd definitely play Edison, I think, over Foster. I mean, I know that Foster's got an okay fixture against Brentford at home, but I mean, I'd always back Man City, to be honest, especially against Brighton. Kartik, thoughts on CR7 and Barnes over Kane and Maddison? Yeah, I would definitely do that, to be honest. If that's a free hit, especially. Saka or Sancho, captain? Ooh, good question. I'm going to say Saka. Mohamed, thank you. Jay Huss. De Bruyne to Bruno for a -4. I mean, yeah, if you want him as captain, but you might want De Bruyne back soon, so keep that in mind. I just need to check my team. Is it definitely done? Captain on Fernandez. I got my vice captain on Chris Wood. Maybe I should change. No, I'm going to keep it on there. I mean, Fernandez is going to play twice, isn't he? Should do. Yeah, just 2 minutes till the deadline. Don't miss it. Rudiger versus Dyer versus Amati. Who to start? I mean, again, Amati, again, for Leicester, probably a good chance of starting the first game. I don't know about the second game, though. So I would probably start Dyer, I think. Wood for Lacazette for -4. Yeah. On wildcard, Ronaldo or Kane. I mean, I'd go for Ronaldo, I think, right now. You can always switch him to Kane later. And start one of KDH or Shah. I think Shah might actually be better, to be honest. Kane and Martinelli or Son and Adams. Is this on free hit? I think Kane and Martinelli. Ronaldo and Dewsbury Hall or Barnes and Laporte. I mean, for this week, Ronaldo and Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, for sure. 1 minute left. Don't forget to get your stuff locked in. Hit the like button as well, of course. And that subscribe button. But yeah, get locked in. Bench 2. Cancelo, Ward-Prowse, White, Rudiger, Cornet and Vegas. I mean, anyone with a double game week, we're not benching them. So I'd bench... I guess I'd bench Cancelo and Rudiger. But I wouldn't like benching Cancelo this week, to be honest. But I don't really know what the other option is, to be honest. It is going to be a crazy game again. There's so many different captains and stuff like that. Let me end the poll now. $10,000 votes on that poll. Damn, single game weeker came out above double game weeker. Different, I guess different one though, yeah. And we're done. We are locked in. I mean, there was a lot of questions I did not get to. I apologise. Like, there's just so many. It's crazy trying to get through them all. Are we actually locked in? I don't want to get rid of that because I've got to take the screenshot. Yes, we are locked in for Game Week 33. Let me see some of these other questions. What would I have said? Dennis or Pedro? João Pedro. Free hit 37 and can't afford Pookie. Yeah. Is it ridiculous to captain De Gea or Dubravka over Martinelli? It's not crazy, but I would have gone Martinelli. Lacazette to Wood, yes. Maddison or Saka for captain, Saka. Kane and Bowen to yeah. Okay. I think I kind of, even if I didn't specifically answer these ones, I mean I've answered them on the stream quite a lot. No way is Kulusevski benched. Who's saying that? No way. Why would he be benched all of a sudden? Nah, get out of here. Oh, do you mean you've benched him? No, wait, you're saying that. After I've just said he's basically nailed. Anyway, if he is, he is. He's going to come on anyway, I guess. All right. I'm going to leave it there because people might just be trolling. I wouldn't really worry about it too much. We'll find out in 15 minutes anyway. 30 minutes, whatever. Thank you very much for watching. Please do give it a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button if you are new around here as well. And I will be back on Sunday. Obviously, it's double game week though, isn't it? I'll probably be here on Sunday, probably. Yeah, I'll most likely be here on Sunday. And obviously, we'll start looking ahead to like people wildcarding in Game Week 34. Me stuck with Fernandez in Game Week 34. Let's see what happened. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to be off. Enjoy your weekends. Good luck in Game Week 33. Hopefully you score less points than me. And I'll catch you again soon.